You have the red goblin player, Ricky, at the bottom side against the blue Angmar player, Videra, at the top side. It's the first time we see Angmar today. But from the win rate we have seen already in the statistics of the Champions League so far, Angmar is the best performing faction. Very solid, quite strong at every stage of the game. Early on you have your Gundabad warriors, the Trollmaster units. You can always use them into pikemen, Gundabad, Wolf Riders. You know, you have like many possibilities to get through your early game. Mid game you have the chance to get Walder on the field for a sport. And you know, later on you have Rangers, you have lots of damage output, you have the best 5 power point ability in the game after the buffs and debuffs, which every faction has. And that is the Felwind. Felwind is, there is no counterplay. You can catch all the high valuable units and heroes from your opponent player by using Felwind to disable them, to crowd control them, and then you have the chance to take them out and dominate the fight. Especially late game with the Rangers Longshot and the Felwind combination. You know, it's like hard to withstand this much burst. Like imagine you have like 5 Rangers with Longshot and you Felwind the full army. And the only way you can play around that is by being splitted. And normally you don't want to do that, you know, you don't want to be splitted, you want to be clumped. However, against Angmar, clumping is a bad call. Alone the pressure of you on you because of the Felwind from the opponent player is crazy. That's how effective the Felwind is. I love that though. I mean, Felwind is such a cool and unique ability in the game. It's always nice to see it popping off. 3 Tanners into the double Goblin Cave coming up for the Goblin player. On the other side, we see 2 males, Hall of the Kingsmen. Now, in a one-on-one situation, the Gundabad warriors are stronger. In most cases, however, there is a potential for the Goblin warriors to get with the poison blades to the Trollmaster and burst him down. That's the only way you can actually win the fight. And in order to be able to keep up with the spam, you will also see a second Hall of Warriors now coming up. Where is the Rise of the Witch King bracket? There is no bracket. That's a Champions League with challenge system. And the bracket or the league is actually tracked in our Discord. There is a dedicated channel which is called Champions League Leaderboard. And do you get any news about the BFME Reforged? Last time I spoke about BFME Reforged, it was creating so much heat because some people were actually taking clips of my channel and sending it to the developers of BFME Reforged without having any backup information what I'm talking about. So I don't want to really say a lot of stuff about BFME Reforged. And let me tell you that much, I think it's gonna still take a while, you know? I don't think it's gonna be done in this year. I hope I'm wrong. I'm always repeating myself. I hope I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I would also apologize. But from what I've seen in the past 3 years, I think it's gonna still take a while. The mill is gonna be surrounded. Nice clumping. Extroverts are not playing the game. But if they play the game, they will one-shot those goblins. I mean, goblins, the only good thing about the goblins is that you can kind of be fast, rotating, and then, you know, spamming a lot of goblins, going for a big push with like 10 goblin warriors at once. You know, that's the good thing about the goblin faction. But sending goblins out one by one isn't going to achieve too much for you. A link to the changelog, Shanks? I don't have the changelog. I think it is also kind of in gamereplays.org. So basically there is like a Rise of the Witch King category in the game replays and you can find the changelog there. Or also in Discord, I think it's listed somewhere. Okay, the build, oh no. I mean, to be honest, Rick is actually not paying attention to his builders as much as he should. Like, builders are so painful if you lose them, you know? Trample, and that's the beautiful thing about the Angmar faction, you know, the chance of you deciding independently every single time you recruit a Trollmaster, and the chance to turn them into extroverts, Gundabad warriors, pikemen, and or the Wolf Riders. Like one unit, which are actually 4 in 1, you know, 4 units in one single unit. That's kind of busted. And also they don't need banner, you know. They basically cannot even recover. They have a recovery possibility with level 1 because the Trollmaster itself is working like a banner carry upgrade. That makes them to one of the most efficient early game units in the entire game. And I believe that's one of the main weaknesses of factions like Dwarves and Men of the West. Because remember, for the chance of recruiting pikes, archers, or riders, you eventually need with Men of the West 3 different production buildings. You need to build a barracks, archer range, and a stable. Angmar can do all this stuff almost only from the Hall of the Kingsmen. You can recruit elite swordsmen, pikemen, elite archers, everything from one single building. Angmar is winning those middle fights. Are structures tankier? Yeah, in compared to Battle for Middle-earth 2, yes, definitely, Milos. Way tankier. In Battle for Middle-earth 2, you know, every structure is kind of unique and they have like a different HP from the other faction, but in Rise of the Witch King, every resource building from any faction is identical. They have the same HP, level 1, level 2, and level 3. And taking them down is a bit more challenging than in Battle for Middle-earth 2. That's also the reason, one of the main reasons why the playstyle is so different. Like in Rise of the Witch King, you actually don't have to, but you want to make sure that you have the mills and your resource buildings at 97% mark to get the 25 value, you know, the resource income from the resource buildings. In BFME 2, however, you want to build them inside the fortress range to have a little bit of a protection early on. And BFME 2 is much more punishing, you know what I'm saying? If you don't pay attention like for a minute, and even if you are winning the game, you can give your opponent the chance to destroy everything, your production buildings, your resource buildings in literally 30 seconds. In Rise of the Witch King, there is not such a great comeback potential for the opponent player. If you have a massive lead, he can't do the amount of damage he can deal to you, but he could do in Battle for Middle-earth 2, if this makes sense for you guys. We need BFME Definitive Edition. Microsoft, please buy this game from EA Games. EA Games doesn't own the rights anymore. That's the reason why they also shut down the servers. So basically EA Games owns some rights on the Battle for Middle-earth video game, but they don't own the rights on the Lord of the Rings team anymore. Basically, remember in Battle for Middle-earth games, everything is Lord of the Rings related. Every unit, name, Gandalf, this and that, everything is Lord of the Rings related. So basically what needed to happen is the EA Games should have paid, you know, money to Tolkien, or I believe it's like WB, the Werner Bros or something, to be able to keep maintaining the Battle for Middle-earth games. But they didn't, so they lost their rights, you know. That's why they also give up the servers and also can't work on the BFME 3. So basically, if any company now comes up, they need to contact the EA Games for the rights of Battle for Middle-earth, WB and Tolkien for the rights of Lord of the Rings. Basically, they need to pay so much money before they can even make a single dollar to all the rights. They need to first of all buy or rent. And I think there is not like something like a lifetime right. So you can't buy a right once and it's gonna be there for eternity. You know, you can't pay Tolkien one time $1 million and then you own the rights forever. I think it's like a rent system in which you need to pay them monthly, yearly, or whatever. I don't know the exact thing how this is working, but that's what I heard. That's the reason why EA Games kind of was forced to give up on the Battle for Middle-earth project. Couldn't have bad worries around this side, extroverts. Our grandson will enjoy BFME 3. I mean, if there is gonna be a BFME 3, even if I'm a granddad, I will still play it. You know, I will still play it. And I'm counting on you guys. You know what I'm saying? We will play together in 2075 or something like this. I don't think they will make lots of RTS games unless the new generation is gonna change their mindset. Because the new people like 15, 18 years old, the new generation of players, they don't really care about RTS games too much. Like, they care more about mobile games and shooter games, FPS games. We are the old generation, you know what I'm saying? We are the people who enjoyed the battle to Lord of the Rings. That's why we are so desperately in love with the Battle for Middle-earth games. The reason is simple, because we love Lord of the Rings. But a guy who was born in 2008 has potentially not even watched Lord of the Rings before in his life. So he has no relation to these games, if you get me. Oh, Snow Trolls on the field, the best cavalry unit in my opinion, the tankiest one for sure. They are so beefy and tanky, and they have also charge attack. That's the very unique ability for the only cavalry in the game that can use that. but they might still lose the level 2 mill. You can always use the Snowbind to save it. Here's the Felvin also, but I think you want to actually go for a big counter attack with Extroverts, Snow Trolls, and Orc Summon now actually offensively. There we go. Extroverts also supporting this area. Level 1 tunnel is going to be left alone for now. It looks like you want to commit on this level 2 tunnel instead. I was waiting years for version 3. Yeah, me too, you know, but it's like pointless to wait. It's not gonna happen anytime soon. Because again, the developers of the game companies, they care about making money in short terms, you know. Long time investment is always a much more risky thing. So basically imagine you are a leader of a company like EA Games or any other company really, and you need to invest millions of dollars before you can eventually make a single dollar, and then you don't even know how this game is going to be liked, if you will be able to sell the game enough times to get the money back you invested and also make profit of it. That's why it's kind of a dumb choice for the developers to actually invest that much time developing a new Battle for Middle-earth game, buying all the rights they have to, and then not even knowing if they can make enough money off that. You know what I'm saying? X117 Impulsive, welcome to the stream, dude. Mario Brando, finally I can be in a stream. Hello guys, hey man, thanks for tuning in, dude. Appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. Hope you had a fantastic weekend, and you are just in the right place to end your weekend with a Battle for Middle-earth stream. We are currently organizing like a Champions League challenge system for BFME 2 The Rise of the Witch King on the most recent patch, the patch 2.02 version 8.5, and every challenge beside the challenge for the number 1 spot is going to be best of 7. And that's one of them. So we have Rick, the red goblin player, against Vidira, the blue Engma player. The score, as you can see at the top side of your screen, is 2-0 for Vidira. And this game is also not looking too shabby for Engma. He has 600 command points in the bank and almost 6 power points collected after the Gundabad summon. And we have only 500 command points for Rick, and he has 5 power points collected after the Keef Bands, the Tainted Land, and the War Chant. So basically, in long game, I think the goblins should get outskilled by Engma, just because of the design of the Engma faction, the chance for the wombo combo with Felvin, Longshot. You have also one of the tankiest heroes in the game in late game, that's the Witch King of Engma. I mean, yes, basically you have also Drogoth, but Drogoth is so vulnerable against Dark Rangers, you know, especially with ice arrows. They can kind of hunt down this Drogoth in literally 2 seconds. Yeah, so basically, and also that can be a disappointment too, guys. Like imagine, let's put all the differences aside and just imagine there is going to be Battle for Middle-earth 3. Trust me, there is a high chance it will be disappointed. It will be a disappointment, you know what I'm saying? That's the reason why the Hobbit was a disappointment for many people. That's the reason why the Lord of the Rings series is going to be a disappointment for many people too. Because the bar is too high. You know, like the thing you compare the games, the films with, is just nonsense. Like there is nothing going to be ever as great as the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So if you don't stop comparing the new series, the Hobbit films, with the original trilogy, you will always be disappointed. And that's what I was trying to explain also about BFME Reforged, because none of the OG players of Battle for Middle-earth cares so much about the design of a tree. Who cares if the tree has more green color in it? Nobody cares about that. Don't get me wrong, it should look great, but that should not be your primary focus. You know, the texture on the ground, if this is more black or gray, that's something you will pay attention to one single time, then you will never care about that anymore. Because the set zoom is like that. Unless you zoom in this close to a structure, you won't even recognize the differential. And the core important thing about the game is the gameplay itself. And what I was hyped about BFME Reforged is the lag-free gaming experience. So on a new engine, they promised, they still do, a lag-free multiplayer experience. So you can play without any lag, any delay, in a quick match ladder system in which matchmaking is way easier. That's the focus. That should be the first focus ever. Not the design of a Malon tree. Nobody cares, bro. I don't. You know? And I don't care about the pictures of Sauron's helmet or Galadriel's leg. I don't care about that. 625 command points for Angmar and 500 for goblins. Yeah, gameplay is much more important than graphics. Look, guys, I'm not saying graphic doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter as much as in like a Witcher 3 gameplay, for example. If you play Witcher 3 in a single player and you want to enjoy the atmosphere with great design and graphics, and you have like a single player experience in which you are only commanding one guy, you are lurking around the entire map, you are discovering maps, you know, this playstyle, there the graphics are important. In an RTS game where you macro so much stuff at the same time, the design is not ultra important. It should not look, I mean, obviously it should look better than the existing Battle for Middle-earth games. That's out of question. But I'm telling, you know, the design of a sword from a half-troll swordman, for example, in which you literally have to zoom in so closely to be able to even recognize. That's what I'm talking about. They're actually going for a base trait. The mill level 3. I mean, you can... Nah, he doesn't have the power points to use the snowbind. He actually goes for a big counter-attack. Now, big war chant. We have ranges on the field. Pikemen, or my heel throws even, also known or considered as the best pikeman in the game.
I am the Fist of Angmar.
You are telling me that you don't want to see Galadriel's leg? Of course I do. Don't get me wrong. You know, I care about Galadriel's leg too. I'm not saying they shouldn't invest as much time as they do into that, but they should try to make the game a bit more playable. Because the thing is, the people are losing their hope and hype about it. You know, most people. And that's what people telling me, you know, in many streams. I've been streaming for 3 years, guys. And trust me, in the 3 years, I've been asked many times, many times, also in YouTube comments, hey, Shanks, what do you think about Reforged? And they kind of have their doubts about it. And I can understand that. Because there is no video, no information about anything but it's playable. But it's going to be playable anytime soon. I'm just, you know, saying about transparency. You know, when you make a project like this and you are announcing it, making like a big advertisement in YouTube saying, hey, first teaser, and it gets 1 million+ views. So you hype people up. And 4 years later, you have still no estimated release date of a playable open beta. And all you share are screens, are pictures from Malon trees, from Sauron's helmet, from Galadriel's robe, from half-troll swordman sword design, and you don't do anything else. But I mean, then you can also play Age of the Ring, because I believe Age of the Ring is doing the same thing. They also share a lot of pictures. They have also high resolution graphical settings, great looking units, almost like I played the Age of the Ring campaign. Frodo looks like in the films, you know, literally when you zoom in into Frodo, he looks like in the films. He looks so realistic too in the Age of the Ring, you know what I'm saying? When it's about graphics, you know, then everybody can play Age of the Ring. 825 command points for Angmar and 675 for goblins. Again, guys, I'm just, you know, I don't want to be hated because I have my doubts about it. Again, last time I spoke about the BFME Reforged on this channel, somebody was clipping it, taking a clip of my channel and sharing it in their Discord, creating hate about me. And all of a sudden they hated me. They start talking about me BS stuff. And I don't understand why, to be honest with you, because I was talking about facts, you know? And look at that, boys. For the game number 4, we have a Dwarven mirror match on the map Plains of Linden. If you will find Avi, I will try to contact him in Discord. Maybe I can find him, because I think many people in the chat wanted to see you playing also, Smokey. It's you against Avi. I think that would be a great match. We have the red Dwarven player Rick at the top side against the blue Dwarven player Videra at the bottom side. Nice, man. And now I got the job. Oh, nice. So Videra actually went away to have like a call on his phone for like a job interview, I believe. And that's how you make job interviews in 2022, guys, because of the corona pandemic and stuff like that. So, and apparently he has the new job. So he's happy now. And I'm of course happy for him too, because now he can finally subscribe to my channel, Kapo. I'm joking. We have Mineshaft Hall of Warriors into the second Mineshaft coming up for blue, and Mineshaft into the Hall of Warriors into the second offensive Mineshaft coming up for red. Siege, you are all married. I'm single for 3 weeks. I mean, you are the king for 3 weeks now. There is a Mineshaft coming up. It looks like you want to creep the troll layer first with the pikemen. That's the plan. Remember, the Dwarven faction can actually purchase the banner without having to get the Hall of Warriors to level 2, you know? Is that game still available for online play? Yes, sir. It's definitely available. However, I need to say, and I can understand that many people are actually worried about that, you know? But is it legal? Is it illegal? The thing is, these games are abandonware, you know? That means they don't get produced anymore. So the only legitimate way you can actually get those games in 2022 is you need to go to eBay or having the scam websites like Best Old Games. They are selling the game. They don't even have the rights to sell the game for 70 bucks. So instead of having to pay a lot of money for a second-hand version, you can use the digital download. So BFME 2 Rise of the Witch King in the chat. It will lead you to a video tutorial which explains you step by step what you need to do in order to play the game. When it comes to play online, you just need to download the Game Range application. So we have Guardians of the Galaxy. He was also creeping, so they were creeping both at the same time, the troll layer. They also will capture the inn. Once again, actually Videra doesn't capture the inn, but Ricky does. So Rick will get now the chance to recruit some hobbits. How can you zoom out? Dude, I got the power. Dude, I got the power, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, Gandalf. When you are like, Saruman, when you are Wormtongue with Saruman, you know what I'm saying? Theorin. You are like, Shanks, you have no power here. And then I'm saying, I'm Shanks the White. Boom. I can zoom out. Dwarf mirror? Yes, sir. Shanks' observation haki? Yeah, the best one. Conquer haki. What new job did Videra get? I don't know. They were talking about a new job, but I didn't ask him specifically which job. Can we say Zealots are the keys for Dwarven mirror? I think Battle Wagons are keys also for the Dwarven mirror. I think they have a crazy amount of impact on the big fights. So we have a big push incoming now from the red Dwarven player Rick. He was splitting also his Guardians. I like to see that. So he might be able to destroy this mine shaft now, as Videra is trying to body block this mine shaft with the Guardians. He was also using the rallying call defensively. During all this time, Videra was also creeping the Warclay on the right. You have a King Brand very early, and King Brand is a very efficient hero. I wish he would also exist like he does in BFME 2. And I was missing him in the Battle for Middle-earth 2 scene. I think he's a great hero. He looks like Jesus though on the picture, guys. Am I right or not? He looks a little bit like Jesus on the picture. So may the end of the world come. The mineshaft has been taken down. This mineshaft has been taken down as well. There comes the counterattack. Pikeman. Pikeman. Okay, we have hobbits on the field. King Brand of Deal loves you. Oh, the hobbits though, look at them. They are looking kind of sweet. How can you take them seriously? You know what I'm saying? The guys have spears and armors. This guy's coming with their sticks. And they are running away from them. We have King Brand on the field. Level 2 is gonna unlock the Slam Shot. And Slam Shot, is a very fast recharging ability from the King Brand. And you will get the chance to use it over and over and over again to get more and more experience, more and more levels. I mean, let's be honest, leveling up King Brand is not a science. It's actually pretty easy once you have Slam Attack, Slam Shot, also called as Slap Shot in this channel. You will get to level 5, level 6, level 7 in no time. And this is kind of a very situational thing. Beast Slayer Arrow, right? It's only good against evil factions like goblins, for example, when you want to kill, cave trolls or, any monster really, and also Dragon Lord, Drogoth. What is the King Brand? Anyone give me lore? I have no clue though. I have no clue. Earlier I was thinking that this is the guy who was actually slaying Smaug, but that's not even Brand, that's Bard. I was like, maybe they misspelled his name, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's supposed to be Bard, the Dragon Slayer, because of the Beast Slayer Arrow. And Beast Slayer Arrow is very similar to the films of the Hobbit, in which the Bard was actually using the black arrow, the big one, to kind of snipe down Smaug. But his name is Bard and not King Brand. No, I have not read the books yet. I am feeling very embarrassed about it, to be honest. I always want to read the books, but then something happens and I can't. But I definitely, in 2022, I want to read the books. Definitely. It's never too late for that one. I want to really read the books. I was rewatching the films multiple times, but from what I've heard, they lost like lots of details and a lot of content wasn't even included in the films, which kind of makes sense because even now, those are one of the longest films ever, dude. Imagine they would have included everything, but it's actually as content available from the books. This one is gonna be safe for now from Vidira. Brand is now level 3. We have no Brand from Rick yet. He has double Guardians. Listen to me. I would love to see Siege Hammers, you know. I would love to see that. Like, guys, trust me. 3 Guardians with Siege Hammers and Rallying Call. You take down the fort in no time. No time. Yeah, I mean, what's King Brand is the grandson of Bart or what? Okay. Okay, grandson. Battle Wagon. Yeah, but the thing is, the Battle Wagon has to be used more like it's like a sportive unit. You know what I'm saying? You want to use the whole ground stance to not run into the pikemen randomly. It will hurt you because they are so vulnerable against pikes. They will get one-shotted. We have now, what is this? Well, coming up, level 1 Forge and level 1 Hall of Warriors. Maybe Zealots could be nice. Yeah, Zealots are very underrated. I think they also got buffed this patch. I think their cost got reduced, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, guys, I think they were like 1500, right? In 8.4. I think they got buffed. Don't ask me in which way, but I'm sure they got buffed this patch. Shanks, you said you are married. What about your side job with old women? Is she fine with that? But she doesn't know. What you do it. Sometimes I'm so happy that my wife cannot understand English. You know what I'm saying? You know, she would love to watch my stream. She always tells me, why don't you stream in Turkish so I can watch? Because I said I can't. I'm an international guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be restricted. English is the global language. But in reality, the only reason I'm not doing it because so she doesn't get the chance to watch me. Lots of units coming forwards now with the Battle Wagon. English is true power, yeah. And I'm so happy, dude. I'm really happy because I never would have thought that I would get the chance to meet awesome people from all around the world, you know. And English is the way to get connected. My English is broken. Accent is maybe horrible to listen to. I can understand that, but at least, you know, if I would stream in German, maybe I would have not gotten the chance to meet many of you guys. Or Turkish, you know. I'm happy about it. But trust me, my commentary would be much greater when I would stream it in German or Turkish, you know what I'm saying? Because I know more words than 50. In my streams, I have 50 words and I just rotate them. I'm a smart guy, you know what I'm saying? When you listen carefully throughout the entire stream for 4 hours, you will notice that Shanks is using only 50 words. He's just switching the order sometimes to sound like he's smart. But 50 to 80 words max. And we rotate them, we swap them all the time. Brand recharge time for slam shot, so isn't it broken? I know, I mean, I think the Dwarven faction needs Brand a lot. You know what I'm saying? I think that's one of the biggest win conditions for Dwarves. And his DPS is not the greatest. And that's what I was always saying about BFME 2, The Rise of the Witch King. That the cheap heroes like King Brand, or Hydir from the Elven faction, or Lords from Isengard, or even Eoma from Men of the West. Those heroes, they have such a crazy impact on the game, even though their prices are low, and compared to expensive heroes like Legolas, for example, or Thranduil, you know? Sometimes I get flamed for my English in my YouTube videos in the comments. I'm always laughing, you know what I'm saying? when I read comments like that. Somebody was actually, you know, I'm not getting flamed. It's like more like a recommendation, you know. They are like, hey Shanks, I'm watching now your videos for the past 3 weeks, but can you please pronounce this correctly, please? And I say, dude, don't worry, I got you. And when somebody explains me how to pronounce the word correctly, I also learn it, you know. For example, you guys remember the time, maybe the OGs can remember the time, maybe Benzi remembers the time when I actually used to call flat, you know, the flat ability from elves and the flat ability from Arvin. I used to call it flute for like 2 years until somebody actually said, please Shanks, it's called flat, not flute. And I said, don't worry guys, don't worry, I got you. I used to call it flute because in Germany that's the way you read it, you know. Okay, level, oh, slam shot. What is he doing? Oh, he's actually training them. Was he bugged? He was bugged for a single second. Oh, it showed that he's level 3. Now he's all of a sudden level 5. Very interesting. So now Videre is making a move. He has a lot of units on the field and it feels like that Rick isn't ready to defend this. He has 1 King Brand and Oil Bottle will be on the mineshaft. It will take some damage over time. It works like the, see it, like the arrow volley, you know what I'm saying? Okay, where is the slam shot? Oh, the slam shot wasn't the greatest. Boom, this one is much greater. Nice, was a lot of damage. The mineshaft level 3 is shooting, but it's not hurting those buffed guardians and pikemen from Videra. And Videra is popping off, guys. I mean, what a performance. To be honest, I wasn't expecting something like this from the series because somebody was asking me at the beginning of the series and said, Shanks, who would you say that, who has the higher chance? I said 50-50 because Rick is an exclusive Rise of the Witch King player, while Videra is playing anything, right? He plays BFME 2, Rise of the Witch King, even Battle for Middle of 1. And I saw him getting smoked by Velenorian the other day. So I was like, when Velenorian can beat him, you know, everybody can beat him. But maybe Velenorian is the you know, the one who should be signing up for the upcoming $1,300 tournament. Hey, Dredge Reaper, look, Dredge Reaper is here in the business too. Hey man, long time no see, dude. Are you also up for the upcoming tournament? We need you, Dredge Reaper. We need you. Your cousin needs you. Lebanon needs you. The world needs you. I'm counting on you, dude. Who will cast the $1,000 tournament? You, Shanks? Not me alone, of course. I mean, there are gonna be many games, and we will have lots of streamers who are gonna cast it. Velenorian is gonna definitely cast it. Balindru can cast it. Meshadofx can cast it. We have lots of streamers. So, you know, ideally, everybody should get the chance. It's a community event, right? It's like Obtain Humanity is sponsoring this tournament, basically, and everybody should get a chance to have like some sort of participation in the upcoming tournament. YO001, thanks for the follow, appreciate that. And also 4 is God, thanks for the follow, appreciate that as well. There are sponsors, not really sponsors. Obtain Humanity is a very great and kind person. So basically he's a Rise of the Witch King player himself. He's apparently an oil prince, you know, he has lots of cash. And he was like, Shanks, I have an idea. I want to have a $1,000 tournament for Rise of the Witch King. Would you like to organize and host it? I said, yeah, sure, man. And then he said to me, I would even give you $300 for organizing it, guys. Can you imagine that? I said, yo, you don't need to, you know? And then today, he was dropping in the stream at the beginning 30,000 bits. I got 30,000 bits from, that's $300 donation from Obtain Humanity. So he was like, thanks for organizing the tournament. And then I decided, you know, the money he was giving me, you're also gonna invest into the tournament. So it's gonna be, instead of $1,000 tournament, a $1,300 tournament in which the top 10 players are gonna be able to win some money. So I know the feeling. There are many big name players like Mr. Smog, Irby, Sauron, Fairy, Meshadofx. There are many great players in the tournament, and maybe some people have like doubts. I won't be able to make it to the top 3 spot anyway. Don't worry, guys. In order to be able to make money, you need to just reach the top 10. That's it. And I think it's doable for the majority of you guys. That's gonna increase the competition. And if you reach the top 10, you will get a cash prize. So what are you waiting for? Long story short, it's time to sign up. The sign-ups are open in Discord.
We don't like them.
Get them! I expect you all the rest of you.
I will host it with my Russian accent. All of you will be terrified. I'm gonna make an impression now of the Russian accent. Blad, bring me my vodka, Blad. My drink. I wanna have my drink now. It sounds so threatening, you know what I'm saying? Even when they say, how are you?
Rally again!
Blad, how are you? You know, I like you. You know, when they say that in their language, and for example, the guy is legit saying to his wife, I love you. But it sounds like, I love you. It sounds like I will kill you. You know what I'm saying? It sounds so threatening. The mineshaft is going to be taken down. Go Polish now. Kurwa jebana. I don't know much about Polish, to be honest, yet. I know only kurwa jebana because D-Mac is from Poland, you know? So we have King Brains. They are shooting each other. There is Gimli on the field, boys. The Gimli, the son of Glorian. Look at them, guys. Look at them running. I like Russian people. One of my best friends is actually a Russian guy. He's such a cool dude. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic situation, I couldn't see him for a long time. But there was like one memory with him. This guy was a legend, dude. The thing is, they are built different. You know what I'm saying? The Russians, I know at least, they are built different. These guys are hard. You know what I'm saying, guys? Like in the New Year's Eve, like 5 years ago from now, we were like 25, 26 year old, and the guy is coming to the New Year's Eve party before I got married. I was always celebrating the New Year's with my friends. He's coming to the party as the first and only Russian, you know, from our friend group, and he goes to the kitchen, opens the fridge, gets a full vodka, absolute vodka, you know, drinks the entire bottle of vodka without any Red Bull, no water, nothing, pure, by the way, drinks it, and he says, okay guys, I'm going to sleep. And then if you were like, he's gone, you know, he was not celebrating with us. 8 hours later, he's waking up and says, guys, okay, I'm going to bed, good night, have a good new year, you know what I'm saying? Crazy guy. This guy was crazy, dude. He's crazy. Such a great person too, reliable. When you need him, you know, when you need his help, or when you're moving out, we moved out to our new apartment. We bought the apartment like 4 or 5 years ago with my mom and stuff. And then we needed help. He's like, of course, Shanks, I'm coming, you know, of course, I'm gonna come and help you. And he's there, you know what I'm saying? He's reliable. I like this kind of people. I think I'm the only Brazilian in the stream, I don't know. Yeah, potentially you are, but hey man, I heard that the Brazilian girls are holy moly, huh? Am I right or not? Do you think Gimli has a wife, or does he have only Legolas? I mean, I don't know what you mean, bro, but I think they are only friends, you know what I'm saying? Friends with benefits. We have King Zane on the field. He has also a different Palantir picture when he is actually, you know, in the HD edition. I lost 8 battle wagons. I'm so bad. Shanks, have you ever been in Russia? No, unfortunately not. But, you know, my Russian friend was always saying in Moscow, it's always cold. Never go there, you know. Dude, such a crazy, like, I know the good thing about Germany is, guys, in Germany you get the chance to meet many people from all around the world. Really, I have like Italian friends, like unbelievable how many different nations are living in this country, dude. That's literally unbelievable when I just think about it, you know, like Kosovo, like, I don't know, Croatian people in Germany, Russian people, Italian people, Turkish, I mean, lots of Turkish people. Holy moly, so many Turkish people. That's crazy. Sometimes you have the feeling that you are in Turkey in vacation. Sometimes when you go outside, seriously. Sometimes when we go shopping with my wife and we are in the shop, you know, I have a feeling I'm in Turkey. I only hear Turkish in the entire shop. You know, that's so funny. Lots of Turkish people. But so nice, you know, to meet all the different cultures, you know, in one single place. It's such a nice feeling, because then they will tell you in Italy, Shanks, in Italy it's like that, bueno, you know, like they have also their accent, right? It sounds so, I like it. To be honest, I'm an international person. I like all the nations. I don't judge people because of their nation and about their religion. I don't care about that. I care about the human itself.